Although I still haven't found anything.
Well, go to
Let's go into the creepy clearing. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, hey, cutscene, look.
Hey, something's going on.
Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing.
What the hell?
Pushing. Keep pushing. You can push it all the way in, Tom, if you want to.
What the hell?
Well, we know how they got the puncture wounds on their hands.
Would someone care to tell me exactly what's going on here?
Don't come any
You guys
closer.
are
That
nuts.
man needs a doctor.
No, he doesn't.
I don't need a doctor. I'm fine. Go away.
What?
What is this?
A test.
Of what?
What does it look like? It's a threshold test. A pain threshold test.
You guys are
I thought,
lunatics.
You were supposed to be good at working things out. Inspector Jenks.
I will pile drive you,
And
you
so
suck.
this would be for Atlas, would it?
Fuck you,
Kyle.
Kyle.
You disappear
Wow, you're
now.
a jackass.
It's not a good idea to talk to a police inspector like that.
Do you want me to make you?
It's okay.
Yes. Make me,
Tom.
Tom.
Mr. Jenks won't be bothering us anymore.
Don't make any rash commitments.
Oh, I don't like Kyle. Random keys?
Well, well. You really should take more care of your things, Ryan. Is your keys, Kyle?
No.
Yes, because we like to pick up anything and everything.
So
All
that's
right.
threshold testing, is it? Sticking a skewer through your hand? I could just ask Ryan or Paul directly about this, but I think I'll bide my time. See what I can do with this key fob first.
I know what we can do with this key fob. We can break into the car with the random license plate. Because that's what police inspectors do. Break into people's cars. Wait.
We're not breaking into anything. You got the key fob.
Fair point. It's just trespassing. It's not breaking and entering. Jinx, shouldn't you be wearing gloves?
You would think.
Bingo.
Kate Vine, $500.
What have you been up to? Be very interesting to see how he explains this one.
Okay, Ryan, old buddy, old pal. What the hell? I think how you closed it all quietly. Alright, check for Kate. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go talk to Ryan directly.
Okay. I would almost want to go talk to Rebecca first, but okay.
No, I mean, it's not like he can take
ask
it
you a
from
couple
us.
more things, please.
Sure.
Would you like to explain what this is, please, Ryan? £500 intended for Kate. It fell out of your car. At least I assume that's your car on the driveway at Brandon House.
I suppose so.
So why were you going
Fell
to give
out
Kate
of your
£500,
car.
Ryan?
You're a really good liar, Jinx.
Incentive, that's all.
Out of your car.
Just a little incentive.
Not very little, Ryan. £500.
She was a very good student. We heard that she was leaving. We wanted to give her something.
But you didn't.
Well, obviously not.
Are you sure there wasn't any other reason you might want to give her this? Personal reason?
Right.
No!
Well, I'd like to keep hold of this for a little while, if you don't mind.
Well, don't consider it a bribe, will you, Inspector?
So,
It's not like we could cash it. It's made out to her.
true. But, you
That's all
know,
for the moment. Thank you.
she found out something and she was going to go somewhere and they were trying to keep her silent by giving her money. I wonder if that $500 was part of the blackmail thing, because she found out that he was cheating on
On
Rebecca
Rebecca?
with Emma.
Maybe.
Do, 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 do. I doubt either of you would know anything about it, but might as well ask you
A
about
few
it
more
anyway.
questions, if you don't mind.
Doesn't know anything about the money.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Wouldn't know anything about the money. Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Let me just wander through your house briefly. On my way to the poob.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Best not to ask Rebecca about the money.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I think that is meaning to say that it is something to do with that.
Uh-huh. Alright.
A couple more
Papa
questions, if that's okay. Now, why do you think Ryan might want to give Kate a cheque for £500?
I've really no idea. Where did you find it?
Just outside.
You better ask him.
You think Ryan was interested romantically in Kate?
I know he has a weakness for blondes, but I didn't think it had gone so far as his offering them cash.
Well, that wasn't helpful. So in other words, we found something that maybe contradicts something he said.
Thank you. Probably
Maybe.
be back later.
I'm not even going to bother to ask James, because why would he know anything about that? It's not drug-related, he probably doesn't know.
I think that's probably a fair bet.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
There's really nothing to ask Emma about?
She didn't know anything about the check. So, we've unlocked nothing new there.
Wait.
What?
Ryan said something before.
He said a lot of things before.
Yeah, didn't he say something about, wasn't it like people aren't forced or coerced or anything?
That was the auto-hypnosis.
Right, but he's trying to offer her
Aren't
cash.
bribed in any way. That's what it says. Aren't coerced or bribed. Little incentive.
What do you call
that sounds like a
money?
robbery.
Go talk to him.
So, students aren't coerced or bribed in any way, except Kate.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said you were going to give Kate the £500 as an incentive. That's coercion, isn't it?
I really don't think you could call it coercion, Inspector. It was an incentive, that's all, a little encouragement.
Sounds like a bribe
how
then.
often do you use incentives?
Okay, incentive is probably the wrong word. The money was just to see how Kate would respond. It was part of her assessment.
Assessment.
We have to assess students as they progress. We don't use conventional methods like sitting an exam or anything like that. People pay for this course per session. We have to know if they're committed or not.
So you're assessing their progress and testing their commitment.
Yes, we are. We have to. This is a business, not a charity.
But you don't test people.
So Ryan's claiming the money was part of Kate's assessment. And did this assessment also involve threshold testing, I wonder? Or was the
But
money
you
for
don't
something
test
else?
people.
But that didn't unlock anything. It didn't give us anything new.
But what about the aren't tested part?
It didn't give us any new options. And I can't just click the one thing.
Where was it under that he said that students aren't
Oh,
tested?
there. My bad.
I'm like, but he said that.
Well, which one is it, Ryan? Do you test students or not?
Well, some of them, yes.
Including Kate?
Yes.
Why was she being tested?
She was being tested because we wanted to see if she was good enough to become prime candidate, okay?
So Kate was in the running to be prime candidate.
Yes!
And did
I
you
like the stage
ask Simon to
whisper.
test her?
Yes, I did. But I didn't ask him to do anything stupid.
now he's
He
throwing his
knew
water
it was
around.
against course rules.
How far did you ask him to push her?
I didn't ask him to push her. I asked him to test her. There's a huge difference. If Simon decided to give her too much caffeine or morphine or whatever, that's his responsibility. So if he did anything wrong, it was his own responsibility. He did it with his own mind and his own hand. We had nothing to do with it.
Why are you lying? Oh, shit, we've unlocked midnight.
Midnight.
Snap.
And still no suspect, unless you count everyone I've interviewed.
I know,
It's
right?
no surprise that Ryan wants to avoid any suggestion of being responsible for Kate's death, but I wonder if the man protests just a little too much.
So... Kate's prime status. Well, okay. Well, Simon, you're high up on the list, so... Let's go ask you.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
How do you think you'd have reacted if you'd found out that Kate had been chosen to be prime candidate?
Is that... was she?
I'm just asking how you think you'd react.
I don't know. I wouldn't react in any way, really. I'm not bothered. I don't think she was, though.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's just an impression I got. You know, she's a bit flaky, to be honest. It's just not really prime candidate material.
Didn't think she could be prime candidate. You
Did
seem
we
to be
talk
the
to Paul?
No, not yet. We got a new thing. Well, we talked to him about the check, but not Kate's prime candidate status. I just went to
That's all for the
Simon
moment,
first
thank you.
because I also suspect him.
Fair enough.
Do you know whether Kate was in the running to be prime candidate or not?
I don't, but I do think she would have been chosen just because she was, you know, Kate.
You didn't discuss it with Kate?
No. No, she never talked about this.
I don't think that really...
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I get the distinct impression Becky won't know anything, but I'll ask her anyway.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, actually, I can ask her.
Did you know Kate Vine was a prime candidate?
No.
That was useless.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay, Paul. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Do you have any more useful
Ask about
stuff
a
to
few more
rat your
things,
son
please.
out on?
Was Kate
Right.
prime candidate?
Well, as Ryan has probably already told you, yes, she was.
Did you ask Simon to test her?
Yes, it's company policy. Leaders don't get involved.
And it covers your back, of course.
Well, nobody knows the students better than they do, Inspector. It's much better to let them just work it out among themselves.
It isn't very professional to force students to test each other to the point where one of them gets killed, Paul.
We don't force students to do anything that they don't want to do, Inspector.
So you don't force them into being tested?
No, we don't encourage anybody to hurt or offend anybody else here.
You don't use threshold testing, for instance?
No. If Simon Thompson went too far with Kate, that's his responsibility, not ours. He's the one you should be speaking to, if truth be told. I don't trust him myself.
See, now I think you're trying to... I mean, Simon's definitely giving me the impression that he's trying to throw Kate under the bus, because, I mean, you're basically, hey, if you're prime candidate, you get this badass job and a lot of money. So there's reason to undermine everybody. And everybody else is like, no, she was prime candidate, she was prime candidate, she was prime candidate. And he's like, I don't think she'd be good for it. So there's that. But then there's Ryan and Paul who keep, nah, it's Simon's fault. If he did anything, it's Simon's fault. It sounds like,
Did we ask him about the mirror room stuff? Did we ask Paul about that?
Yeah. Says it's used for meditation. Threshold testing. I think I remember somebody talking about threshold testing. Was it you talking about threshold testing?
I think it was.
Kate's death. Nope. Kate's license. Nope. Bicycle. Nope. Box bottles. Homebrew. Nope. Broken pendant. Nope. Mask. Nope. Poster. No.
There wasn't anything that we could take out of the mirror room, was there?
No.
Nothing. The CD.
Nope. Wasn't in the pub. Reluctantly about Liam's death. Echo and personal problems. It didn't seem. Drinking problem. Maybe it was part of his theft stunt. No. Okay. The doll burning ceremony was Ryan's idea. Freedom phrase. No. Bradley. No. This. No. Guitar collection. Auto hypnosis. Not possible for a person to be hypnotized. It's devil worshippers. Flirted with Paul. Didn't try to date Kate. Suspected Kate was trying to play him. Yeah, there's my phone. All stuff stunned. Told us about it. Emma's guilt. Trying to date Emma. Encourage it. Didn't think anybody was prosecuted for it. At least his accusation. No truth in it. Aptitude test. Doesn't know anything about the prescriptions. Doesn't know anything useful about the arthritis. No thefts have happened since. Mirror room. Box poppies. Prime candidates. Well. Ha.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Go, pick, take the threshold testing. Don't use threshold testing.
Okay.
But then take the CD from the room.
Mirror room. Used for CD and mirror room used on course?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's one.
Uh-huh. Extreme testing.
You say you don't endorse
Yes.
threshold testing, that's the phrase, isn't it?
Yes.
Except you do, Paul. Because you told me that the students use that CD in the mirror room. I've listened to that CD, and it very clearly mentions threshold testing.
Maybe that's
You
where I
keep
heard
batting
testing
this
from
away,
was on the
Paul.
thing.
We don't
That
That might be
so.
why it was in my
Students
my
aren't
mind.
really
You're being
tested,
brainwashed by
but
the
I
brewer
am
room,
this
Keio.
close to launching a full-scale investigation.
Look, we get a kickback from these students and they have to be exceptional. Of course we have to test them. That doesn't mean we do anything illegal. What do you think we do? Bump off the ones we don't like?
Well, that depends on how far you push them, doesn't it?
Well, we certainly don't kill them. Nobody here wanted Kate dead.
I'm sure they didn't. But what do you expect, Paul,
Maybe.
when you put students under that much pressure?
She was a very, very valuable student. She was worth a lot to the business.
Really? And how much would that be?
But if you really want to know, 50 grand.
She was worth 50 grand.
Yes.
What, you were selling her?
Of course we were selling her. You don't get this, do you? We make perfect employees. Month after month. That's all we do.
What do you mean, perfect employees?
What big business needs, Inspector, more than anything else, is none of this altruistic, goody-goody crap. What we look
You're
for
brainwashing
is people
people to
with
be drugs.
ambition.
Yeah.
No ethics. Push. Greed is good. All right?
What?
We don't deal with all this comfort stuff. The survival of the fittest. That's all there is. There's no higher purpose, no big plan. There's nothing at the end of the rainbow. Except what you have and you can enjoy in the here and now.
And what do you enjoy now, Paul?
God, his smile's creepy as shit.
You're gonna have to excuse me, Inspector. I'm a very busy man. I've got work to do.
Oh, he just kicked us out, bastard.
I'll see myself now.
Well then.